Hi, everybody. Paul D. Dodson here. I'm the great great grandson of the founder of the city of Sturgis, South Dakota, William McMillian. He co-founded the city in 1878 and came out from LaCroix, Wisconsin after he was emigrated to the United States from Scotland. He was born there in 1843. Married an American girl named Jenny in LaCroix, Wisconsin. Then they immigrated out to the Dakotas. She came later. They had 7 kids. 3 of those were born in LaCroix, Wisconsin. Those were John. The wife was Jenny, by the way. She was born in 1857. So she was about 14 years younger. You can do the math. John was the oldest. He's a son. Jenny was a daughter. William was a son. He was born in 1878. I cannot make out the next daughter's name. It was in the 1900 census, so I can't figure it out. Duncan was the next that was born, a son. Then my great uncle Frank, born in 1889, and then Ruby, born in 1896. Somehow, I don't know how, I'm 5th generation. My daughter, Liv, is 6th generation. All the family documents got aired to me. I don't know how. I guess because they knew I was the only one that really had a reverie for the past, especially about Sturgis, South Dakota. Love it. This is from 1892. That's the earliest document I've got from them. I'm trying to besiege other family members to give up some of the photos, and somebody else has got one of the photos that my dad showed me one time of the great great grandfather McMillian. It was cracked. I saw it one time and now it's gone, and Dad and Mom are dead and gone. So I just wanted to read you a couple of lines from great Uncle Frank's letter that he wrote much later in his life, all about his father. This is great Uncle Frank McMillian. He says, "My father, the late William McMillian, came to the Northern Hills in 1877 from Wisconsin by train to Bismarck, North Dakota, then by mule train to Crook City. He had his luggage hauled, although he walked all the way. When in Crook City, he talked with the Wagnus family and told them that in a short while there would be an ox train leaving and to join them in comparative safety, but they wouldn't heed and started out alone, and of course were massacred and scalped north of Bear Butte. Jacob Sellers, that's the guy who's the attorney that married the founding father, William McMillian, great great grandfather, was married to his sister, Isabel. Came after my father, and they prospected for coal on Sly Hill and were camped near Bear Butte Creek in a tent. When they came back to their tent, one day after prospecting, they had been robbed of everything except his field compass, which I now have in my possession and will turn it in as a gift to the Fort Meade Museum. I can stand on our walk and look north to the Sly Hill and see the old dump from a tunnel that Sellers and my father drove into the hill on a coal vein about 140 feet. It's about 3.5 good pages, but I'll just sum it up. I'll jump to the last paragraph here where he says, "My father got along well with the Sioux, as he believed he had lived with the Chippewa in Wisconsin, although they spoke a different language. When he and Sellers were robbed that time, he still didn't believe it, and it was the Indians, although they did find prints of moccasins and blankets on a sandbar. He told me he would rather think it was some white hoodlums. I asked my father why he thought they didn't take the compass, and said they might have thought it was full of evil spirits, although it was mounted on the staff for sighting. He talked to me many times in Chippewa and then translated it. I made many prospecting trips with him and helped him in many discovery holes. He was caretaker for the Sturgis Water Company. My parents always told me, by the way, that he bought the water company in Sturgis and later sold it at a loss. And later on, let's see, and the water dams for some time. My little brother John, late brother John, excuse me, was also caretaker up there for a number of years before his retirement. Anyways, I am coming to Sturgis tomorrow. I'm coming out for Bike Week. I'm bringing all the documents. I'm giving them to the Sturgis Historical Society. Mark Rambo's in charge. He's going to make sure that the documents are well curated after. If you see me out there, look me up. We'll have a beer and we'll have some pride together in Sturgis. Let's go have some fun, guys. Sturgis, I'm coming to you, baby. I'll see you guys there. Ciao.